We're back for the third episode for Tier E. Probably having to talk a little bit quieter because it's currently 5:30 in the morning or so. I think, unless Mom has the fan running upstairs, I'm not really sure. No, she does, never mind, okay. I can speak marginally louder. Ignore my chair. Alright, so we basically have the Italian tour. Even though Monzo's up here, but that's beside the point. Maggio, Imola, Vallelunga, and then Barcelona sticks out like a sore thumb. Looking again at the points, Linné has a 2-point lead over me, 6 more back to Yoshiro, and Eric is just within 15 points. And I would hesitate to say at this point that anybody below 7th really has a chance. Theoretically, it's possible that someone like Tyler or Miyako could pull something out of their behind, but not likely. It would take a lot of bad races from the top 3. Let's head into Magione, a track where the starting grid basically determines the results, because it's so hard to pass here. I don't envy Travis or myself in this one, that's for sure. Unless I start on pole, in which case then it's great, but if I don't, making progress is going to be not easy. Alright, here in the starting grid for Magione, and, well, it decided that me and Linné are going to be right on top of each other. Yoshiro, on the other hand, has been absolutely deposited down to 12th. And Tyler's like the master of starting right in the middle. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but he's just started like from like 6th to 10th in every race, it seems like. Gina starting on pole. And basically, it's quite the underdog front row ahead of the championship leaders on the second row. And Eric isn't too far away. But given that this is the track we're racing at, I doubt he'll be making up too many places. Let alone getting around like Linné. Maybe me, because of my terrible handling, not her. And Cam gets off the line perfectly. Might put him in the lead, exiting turn 1. Yeah, Gina has been already dethroned. I almost out-dragged Linné, but then Gina got in my way. That rhymed. And now Eric is gonna get away from me. Probably. I would say he's escaped my jaws. Tyler's up a spot from ADM. He got around Taylor. Or no, he got around Thrasher, who's gotten nowhere. Travis is overtaken by his girlfriend. Yeah, as I had said, I don't envy Travis's vehicle choice here. There's one straightaway on this track. And then a bunch of corners follow it, so the 935 is going to probably plummet here. This admittedly isn't really much of a GT3 track. This is certainly more of a touring car track. But I had to try and fit 16 races, and there are only 17 viable tracks. It was either this, or it was like Vallelunga's classic circuit, which isn't even that different from the regular circuit, and that circuit already isn't much better than this one. So, I mean, pick your poison, I guess. throat's still kind of warming up here. I commented yesterday, so that doesn't help. And I only woke up like 2 hours ago. Or like an hour and a half, rather. Pretty much reached the impasse there, as it were. I don't think there will be any passes at the front. And then again, the last time I thought that was Branch Hatch, and then I was immediately proven completely wrong. God. Car gets around Riley for 13th place. Congratulations. My God. As I'm starting to create a bit of a train, and then behind my train, Travis is also beginning to make one of his. Travis locks up ahead. Better grip versus inside line. Oh my God. Doesn't stop. And they didn't quite get ahead there, so Yoshiro just gonna see you later. Unfortunately for Eric, he might be slightly faster than Lene on a lap basis right now, but Lene's car is going to be a little bit better on the one straightaway he could use to make the pass. You have to get lucky and or catch her completely off guard, and that's pretty hard to do to her. Oh my God. Yeah, this is about how it normally goes, really. Relying exclusively on Yoshiro trying to pass Travis in the near future. Because that's like the only real shot at an overtake that I can really see happening. The thing with the 935 too is it's not even like complete overall power. No, it's just top speed. Because it has so much power, it actually has a hard time getting it down. So it actually takes a minute for the 935 to start pulling off. So Cam Walker's gonna win. Not by much, but it wasn't really, he wasn't exactly under pressure too much. Taylor eventually passed Tyler, probably on the final lap. And despite the odds, Travis is going to survive for 1 point. Now it is time for Imola. The points deficit has changed a little bit. Now it's 5 between me and her. And even if when they scored nothing, nobody else other than me could take the points lead away. As we head into the next race. Since Eric is 16 behind Lene. This game does let you use the F1 point system, and that would be great for one standout performance getting you very far up the table. Unfortunately, that would also mean that if a driver has 2 or 3 consecutive, like, top 3, 4 finishes, they're going to storm away with the points lead, and that's why you end up with championships like in actual Formula 1. You know, where Lewis Hamilton wins all of them. Anyway, on to Imola, which I anticipate will be, hopefully, the more entertaining race out of this episode. An episode full of, with 3 other tracks that haven't always provided the most action. Here at the starting grid now for Imola, and the rich clearly just keep getting richer here. If Lene is going to start on pole, alongside another Lamborghini driver. And I'm starting 10th, Eric in 12th, so she's going to have basically no competition in the points after this race, unless me or him pull off miracles. I also noticed that it was kind of the same customers at the back of the grid this time, too, as compared to the last race. The only difference between, like, Eric and Riley switched places, pretty much. Riley already got out ahead of Taylor going into turn 1. And can she do the same to the other Lamborghini driver? And, earn some much needed redemption considering her very lackluster episode 2. Oh my lord, what just happened there? Well, here's your problem. Well, never mind, Thrasher moved back over, but Gina just, like, tagged that curb and neither of them had a chance to keep that car on the track. I don't know if either of them will completely be retired from that, but that was, not Gina's best work, to say the very least. Looks like they do both continue, but, like, they're not gonna do much in this race. And Riley is just hounding Lene right now. Of course, you know, staying on the bumper is easy enough. You have to actually pass to win. You're gonna have to pass that car if you want a free tank of gas, Riley. Suddenly, initial D. I would say, I would hazard a guess that these two probably are also the best cars in a straight line out of the, you know, strictly GT category, like modern car-wise, so... It's gonna be down to cornering because they, well, actually Lene seems to have a small advantage over the Corvette in a straight. I have already reached 7th place, my horsepower having some noticeable benefits. Yoshiro seems to have just been following me through. And Eric is also making slow progress through the field. Not much seems to be developing here at the front. Well, I noticed this DNF right as I switched. Oh, just gonna repeat what Gina did, huh? Man, these GTRs don't know what the hell they're doing. At least now, neither of them are really in a position where it can do something that astronomically stupid again. The first lap, we got Gina taking out Thrasher, and the second lap, we have Hikari wrecking Nidori through the same corner. The same exact way. Clearly, there's something fundamentally wrong with the way the GTRs handle, or something. It's the only plausible explanation. Well, fundamentally wrong with how the GTR handles, or fundamentally wrong with how the GTRs are being driven by their pilots. Honestly, I might as well just fast forward the whole race after showing the Hikari Nidori incident. I've said her name 3 times in this episode, and it's been different every single time. Favorite fictional character, and I 60% of the time don't even say her name right. What was that? You know Travis is really holding up traffic when Thrasher and Gina have actually... Well, Thrasher has made his way back into this pack for, like, 9th, 8th place. Amongst the 2 Ferrari. It's basically just Travis holding up the entirety of Italy back there. Maybe that 935 wasn't the greatest idea. I just didn't want to put either of the 911s in because there's 2 of them. One is way better, and one is way worse. And Lene is going to take... Well, I mean, it certainly wasn't effortless. It was a very close race, but ultimately she was never really challenged because Riley could never find an opportunity to make the pass. Cam and Tyler both have very quiet runs, very quiet races. I finally got to them, kind of, but not soon enough. Alright, it is now a 17-point lead for Lene. Cameron, out of nowhere, has become 3rd in points. Just 1 behind me. It's a pretty good battle for 2nd between... Or wait, no, I can't read. It's 11 behind me. It's a good battle for 3rd, then, between Cam, Eric, and Yoshiro. Honestly, it's kind of getting spread out at this point. Just get into Vallelunga and get this over with, because honestly, at this point, this championship is becoming a little bit overrated. You're on the starting grid for Vallelunga. There's the camera. I was like, when's the camera gonna move? Lene is in the middle, so am I, though, so no advantage there. It does look good for Eric and Cam to maybe close in on us, but I don't know by how much. Once again, Lene and Taylor start on the same row. Cam has had a pretty decent episode. He finished, what, 1st and 5th so far? Or 1st and 4th, actually. So, he's making a sudden appearance. If he continues this pace up, it might actually be him challenging for the championship, not me. Might be between him and Eric, trying to chase down Lene. I don't see many alternatives, so... Your rate is also oddly good off the line, so that's of a pretty good benefit to him here. But he's got a pretty hefty challenger to keep in his mirrors, as Eric has, you know, been a consistent driver near the top of the championship so far. Not at the top, but near it. Lene already up to 6th over Gina. Tyler tries to send on the outside. That's ill-advised at best. There's a curve there. Ironically, Hikari was giving him room like he thought he was going to draw alongside, but there wasn't really much chance of that. I'm currently hideously offline right now, but I have passed Taylor already. And now this is the part where I die, because this is a slow corner. And as you can see, Taylor's almost got to my inside again. Still pretty much a stalemate between the top three. Hikari clearly giving them some breathing room behind. Shooter's kind of not being very fast right now. Tyler has elected to mow the lawn. Well, not quite, but he almost did. And I'm losing the plot. Unsurprisingly, also notable was that Travis started last, so he could not manage to beat anybody else's win. Nominatory defending for her life from the MC-12, but I don't think that will avail her. Maybe it will, because Yoshiro makes a half-baked passing maneuver, and literally got nowhere. If anybody is to make a pass, you have to catch them completely off guard. Basically, that's how this track usually functions. Passes can be done, especially into this corner where the AI tend to like to just suddenly be like, alright, time to make a pass. Like just some sort of like switch is flipped inside their head, or code, and they're just like, time for overtake! And then they just yeet it into that little hairpin there. Oh, Tyler's just all over the road there. That's not going to help him keep Monday behind. Then the question is, how does Monday even make a pass? Hide Kido with the fast lap. That... interesting. Yeah, this is about how I expected this race to go. Kind of funny because the gear ratios on the, specifically first gear, is like comically wide on the 6 FPS on Project Cars 2, but it's normal here. You can't alter the gear ratios for Project Cars 2 though. Not on this car, not on most cars for that matter. I do not understand why not, but here we are. He needs to not be doing that, because that's just messing up his exit every time. And making it just even more difficult to make the pass on the GTR. I'm not gonna lie, if I edited out the parts of these races where there's nothing happening, this would be a very short episode. Tyler with the fastest lap, despite the fact that he just kind of messed up the last turn. So it just seems like Taniguchi just kind of dragging him towards the front, but to what cost? To what end? Eric, you could not be any closer. Go for it, you little coward. Oh my god. Random top speed, go! Two Lamborghinis fighting for the singular point on offer for 10th place. Or just fighting at a shot to try and make up the scrap between me and Casquette, who are probably about to enter combat. Oh my god, Eric. You are down in the points. You need to make the pass. You cannot just settle for good enough. Especially considering Cam is right next to you in points. You need to get the advantage on him. And instead you're just gonna sit here and like stare at his pretty tail light, do something, I don't know, but do something. As Tyler once again does not know how to exit the last corner, meaning that he has no chance of passing Hikari. Oh, Yoshiro has passed me in the slow section, I assume. Well, that's interesting. You got a bunch of stuff going on in the back. People are more interested in racing each other for 11th place than they are racing each other for the lead of the race. We've got like the back 7 cars, like just going at it on a constant basis for like table scraps for points. But then Eric just sitting here with like the first like with the win and 3 extra points on the line. He's just like do. Passing is optional. No, it's not. It's a race, you fool. It's like that meme, like, come on, do something. Just like a little stick figure poking somebody with like a stick. That was interesting. Well, it appears as though, thanks in large part to Eric being about as dormant as Mount St. Helens, your winner will be Cam for the 2nd time in this episode alone. Tyler with another, like, top half finish. I was overtaken by Yoshiro, but still managed to score something out of it, but Linnea is only going to further strengthen her points lead from that result. And now we gotta wait for Travis. This really was a mistake. Yoshiro also ran the fastest lap at the last minute, due to being completely free from all interruptions from other cars. Alright, it is now an 18-point lead. I am no longer in 2nd, that is now Cam. It's 20 between me and Linnea. 4 more back to Eric. And then that's basically the cliff. Can Cam or Eric pull something out of their behinds? Maybe. I'm praying, but it would certainly take a lot for Linnea to lose this. I don't think she's finished outside of the points yet. Consider 165 points have been on offer. She's scored over half of that maximum number of points. She hasn't really had that many wins either. She won Imola. And I think she won Brands Hatch? I think she's won 1 race per episode, but that's about it. I think she also won the first race. Anyway. Barcelona. Plot thickens. As we're on the starting grid for an unusually foggy Barcelona. It's the humidity, I suppose. Unfortunate. Well, no, actually, we have Cam. We have just Cam. Because Eric not starting much better. I'm not starting much higher either. Yoshiro has a slight chance to make up some points, but she's not exactly been on the top of her game lately either. So I'm not really holding out too much hope for that. It's mostly just Cam at this point that I'm looking at. Tyler's the pole sitter, and seeing as how the Nissan isn't great off the line, it'll probably be the leader out of the gate as well. That got there. Oh, wow! Hikari just got off the line terribly. That's not even an excuse because he got jumped by the car that's identical to him. He got jumped by Gina and possibly by Miyako at the same time. Cam also terrible off the line here. Now he's going to be stuck behind Travis, and he's not going to gain much. Well, it certainly helps if Thrasher does that. Doesn't help if Travis does that. What am I looking at here? God, that 935 was just a mistake. God, everything is so jumbled up. I'm like looking at a like torn in half crossword puzzle. He's here. He's here. You are here. You're there. The start gets so darn chaotic. When he's already in 13th. Yoshiro's already disappointing everybody in 11th. I've already passed her, among other people. Just gonna try and take one back on Taylor there. I've caught up to Cam. Well, okay then, Yoshiro. I definitely saw Eric just sends it on like 2 consecutive Lamborghinis there, and I saw he did something. Oh, not great. I'll be honest, that was kind of his fault. He did that to himself, to say the least. Bye, Travis. See you in like 2 corners. Cam is going to try and make a move on Thrasher. Try and preserve some of his dignity after the terrible start. The car that normally gets off the line pretty well. Unfortunately, all this looks for nothing because there's the Porsche, and now, oh, what in God's name am I looking at? I don't understand. Cam is moving to 6th. He's not going to get any higher because Travis has the world's widest race car. There's more dumb stuff happening back here. Yoshiro's passed Hyde for 9th place. Here comes Taylor just to add insult to his injury. And there's a curve there, so he's going to be overtaken. It's such an easy pass for a human driver. Like, just send it on the corner. There's nothing you can do. But the AI don't know that. So Cam's gonna be stuck in 5th place the whole race. Or 6th place the whole race. Possibly 7th if he gets thrown off again and Thrasher gets thrown off. Just brake later, like Thrasher just did. And it wouldn't even be a problem. But no, nobody knows that. Holy crap, Tyler is checking out. Cam once more on Thrasher. We're like stuck in a time loop here. Not even like an intentional reference. That just literally what it feels like at this point. I would say Inside Line would win out here, but here comes the Porsche doing the flippin' speed limit through turn 3. Cam's gonna get ahead of Thrasher there and do that, but he didn't lose anything for it. So he continues to disappoint me, running to last after starting 11th. Even if Cam did make this pass, it wouldn't even matter at this point, because the next group of cars is so far ahead because of how slow this thing is. Oh my god. Deja vu, I've just been in this place before. It's just excruciating at this point. Passes are happening, but it doesn't really seem like... There's passes, but there's not action. There is a difference. Instead, it just seems more akin to just a cycle repeating events. Maybe Yoshiro will join the battle and add something, add some flavor to this. Or not. No, probably not. Not making corners like that, you won't. Now Travis locks up like an absolute monkey, and there's nothing anybody can do about it because nobody knows how to make turn 4. Because they're supposed to be professionals. Pain. Tedium would be more apt to describe this. Not pain, but like, oh my god. It's hard to watch because this would have been over like yesterday if any of these drivers were human. Yep, they're gonna move over. God, please just do something to make this interesting, Yoshiro. Send it, thank you. Make it interesting. Oh my lord above. Maybe you wouldn't be in this position, Cam and or Thrasher, if you would just pass the Porsche instead of focusing on each other. If you pass me, you eliminate our chance to win. You can't be that frickin' stupid. Oh my god. Now Yoshiro, who, as far as I can tell, actually has some concept of what in the name of God she's doing on the racetrack. And not here. Not in this particular straightaway, but at the end of all the straightaways, probably into turn 3 and 4. I pray to God, anyway. This Porsche, putting this Porsche in this tier was the biggest mistake. Yes! No! Oh my god! Futile. Well, I thought she would know what she was doing, but apparently not. You're not gonna get it done here. You're not gonna get it done in general, because this straightaway is too long. And because you could have probably stuck that in there, but you just didn't do that. Tyler wins the most agonizing race on this game that I've ever seen, because apparently nobody remembers how to drive anymore. Or make basic passing maneuvers. It's a pretty crushing victory, 15.5 seconds over Gina. Travis, by some grace of God, is gonna finish 5th place. And by grace of God, I basically just mean Cam and Yoshiro and Thrasher to a certain extent don't seem to know what they're doing. Thrasher got passed by Hyde at the last minute. I'm gonna take one singular point, and for the first time, I think probably in the whole championship, Lene will score nothing, but she still has a 14-point lead anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, that is it for this episode. I need to take some Tylenol, because that race just gave me a headache, and, we'll see if anything crazy happens in the last 4 races, I guess. I'm not holding my breath, but yeah, never really know.